Thank you, Carmen. The good book says, without a vision, the people will perish. Who better to learn about vision than from the Lord God himself? I challenge you, Toastmasters, that right here inside of Toastmasters is an excellent resource for learning how to be a leader. We're going to get this figured out. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Being a visionary leader means you have to be able to convey the purpose of why we exist as an organization. You joined Toastmasters, Sherry, because she had a belief, not only in herself and a vision for her future, but in the belief that Toastmasters could get her there. Am I right, Sherry?
Absolutely.
I remember joining Toastmasters way back when, thinking, I want to be a speaker extraordinaire on an international stage. What better place to do it than Toastmasters? Fellow Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, and aspiring international speakers. In order to map your way to your future, you need a vision. Toastmasters not only teaches you how to speak, they teach us how to lead. What is a vision anyway? When you close your eyes, do it. Do it for 13 seconds, do it. Close your eyes. Where do you picture yourself inside of your Toastmasters career? How are you going to get there? What do you look like? What are you wearing? Better yet, how many people are in the audience? If you open your eyes and look around, these people sitting to the left and to the right of you can help you get there. A vision is a mental picture of what an organization aspires to become. Inside of Toastmasters, it's hard to know what is the vision of this particular club, of this area, of this division, dare I say, of Toastmasters itself. In order to understand what that is, you got to know, why a vision? Why do you need to write a vision? Well, without navigation, without a pathway, people get lost so easy, so simple. You need a direction. What's fun about making vision statements is you're not alone. Consider some questions about what's the organization all about? What are we actually pretty darn good at? What are we looking to accomplish and with whom? And in what time frame? It provides the context for making all kinds of decisions. If you don't know where you're going or how you're going to get there, how on earth are you going to decide what to do from day to day? And whose job is it to convey that message? It does affect an organization's structure and relationships. How do we work together and partner with one another to achieve our goals, to accomplish this mission by way of realizing our vision? Now, vision statements can be tricky. How many of you have ever worked in an organization and had no clue where the company was going? You might be working there right now. It's okay, raise your hands. It should be clear. It should challenge every single person in the organization, from the top down, from the bottom up, and everywhere in between. How are you going to get buy-in if it doesn't apply to everybody? How? If it's self-serving and it's only about the CEO, are you going to work there? No. Your vision statement should involve other people. If it's not people-oriented, that is not the right place to work. If it doesn't inspire people to do something greater than themselves, then you haven't reached high enough. You haven't been able to convey your message in such a way that people feel so motivated and find inside their own motivation how to accomplish the vision. Keep it simple. Easily communicated visions doesn't have to be 89 pages long. 89 words is a little lengthy. Keep it to 8 to 9 words. How about that? Keep it really simple. Better yet, convey it all the time. A lot of us take on jobs or join Toastmasters. How many of you remember the Toastmasters promise? You're like, what? There's a promise? Yeah, you signed it. It's on the back of the application. You made a promise to be awesome. Now, in the vision statement for Toastmasters and creating this better world of better communicators and better leaders, how often do we revisit that vision? If you've been a Toastmaster for more than 5 years, when was the last time you read the vision statement for Toastmasters? Does this club have a vision statement? We recently changed hands with our president. Now, in shifting from one leader to another, can we agree that you have different vision? When you take on a presidency for anywhere, we're going to leave politics out of this and talk about Toastmasters. Gary had a vision for the club. Tudor has a vision for the club. Has he conveyed that to us yet? No. Thank you. Thank you for taking that on. Totally rhetorical, but thank you very much. In crafting your vision statement, there's some important questions to ask. But who do you ask these questions to? Is it Tudor's sole responsibility to come up with the vision? No. Totally rhetorical, but thank you again. Of course not. If it's all up to Tudor, then what are we? Chopped liver? He would have the audacity to take on this project all alone by himself and then convey it to us. Dare I say, dictate it to us. This is my dream and my vision, and you will. When you get buy-in from every single person in your organization, every Toastmaster, new and old and everywhere in between, you will be able to get buy-in. In crafting this, what makes us unique and special? Inside of Toastmasters, just in Arizona alone, there's 227 clubs. OMG. Just because Ahwatukee is alphabetically first doesn't mean we're number one. How do we stand out? What do we want to be this year? What does Tudor want to create for this particular club? I don't know. Let's have a vision party and figure it out. What makes the team feel good about the organization? This is my favorite question. We were asked in table topics, what makes guests feel comfortable? How do we make guests feel welcome? My question is, what makes us feel good about this particular club? I can tell you donuts help. Thank you, Carrie. When you involve your team members, embracing, having them have buy-in, controlling their own futures. That's my point out. This is something where, with a collective vision, every single one of us individually must find our own happy. I tell my 9-year-old all the time, find your happy. You don't look happy right now. I tell you no and you're like unhappy. Go find your happy. And then when you find it, come back and talk to me. You need to find your happy inside of the vision. You can control your own future inside of this club. I will speak on an international stage of some kind in front of 20, 30, 40, 80,000 people, dare I say, before I die. At a pace at which I'm going to do until I turn purple. You can find your same happy. This club is but one more step to get me there. This is my 11th club membership in my 15-year Toastmaster career. This is just another step to get me there. Why? Well, you just happen to meet on a day of the week I'm available. When we can get buy-in collectively and find our happy individually, it is amazing what we will accomplish. Not only do we foster cooperation and collaboration, because now I want Cameron to be successful. I want Liz to be successful. Maybe Liz's dream is just to speak in front of 100 people. Does that make her dream any less important than my dream? Does her accomplishing her vision for herself help the club accomplish its greater vision? Of course it does. As soon as we know what it is. Just kidding, Tudor. Help the team embrace the vision. OMG. If we don't communicate what our vision is, not only on a regular basis, but just in simple terms, how on earth are we going to get there? If you're not excited about it, it probably is not a good vision. If you are not meaning what you say, what on earth is the vision for? Do you really want to change the lives of others on stage? If that's our vision, do you mean it? The more you mean it, the more likely it is that you'll accomplish it. How is it going to benefit others? If your vision doesn't benefit not only yourself, but the community that you serve, start over. Write the vision again. Visions change, not just because leadership changes, but because our appetite changes. When you're accomplishing things along the way to realizing your vision, can you agree that we morph and change? I remember trying to pretend I was going to work out because I want to transform and change, because I want to pretend to be a size 10 again. Let's just pretend that's real. I have a vision for myself. On my way to becoming a size 10, how many of you know things change? Maybe I'm all right at a 14 after all. Maybe the vision changes along the way because you're accomplishing things. Or how about in the reverse, you're not accomplishing things? It should be fluid. Your vision is not set in stone. If it is, then we're not aiming high enough. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood. Love this quote. And don't assign them tasks and work, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. People will pick up their own tools and figure it out. People will be so inspired to get to where you're taking them as a leader that they will learn to swim. They're going to say, sharks? What sharks? Sharks are for suckers. I'm looking to accomplish this vision come hell or high water. When God said without a vision, the people will perish, he was right. But dare I say, without the right leader in place, so shall you perish. Be that visionary leader. Be that person. Be the one that God says, lead. Take them here. We're all capable of being leaders. Some of us lead communities to making change and difference. Jill, you do such a great job to inspire every single person in her communities that she affects to do something. I've had the pleasure of hearing you speak multiple times. I'm in. Yes, I don't know what she's talking about. I want to do it. Because she's excited, she's passionate, and you mean it. She follows through on what she says. What leader are you? Tudor has a vision. When he shares it with us and invites us to participate in crafting our vision statement, dare I say, swing for the fences, ladies and gentlemen. Toastmasters, our vision is limitless. As a leader, it is your duty and obligation to ensure that you develop the skills to create a vision statement, to inspire people to accomplish the vision, and to be smart enough to know that it's going to change. Lead on, Toastmasters. Have a vision, have buy-in, and dare to bend the universe to the Toastmaster way. Mr. Toastmaster.